Dear students, now we are going to discuss about the lesson The Enemy. Let us see the introduction of the lesson. The lesson Enemy was written by P.S. Buck. She was an American writer and novelist. She had a Chinese name, Joyce Lu, as she spent her childhood in China, being the daughter of missionaries. She was awarded Pulitzer Prize in 1932 and the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year of 1938. The story is set during the Second World War. The story Enemy set during the Second World War. A Japanese doctor finds an American POW, that means a prisoner of war, at his doorstep. He is in dilemma that being a doctor, should he save the wounded man, or being a Japanese, should he hand over the enemy to the army. Let us see the summary of the story. The story begins. The scene of action is spot on the Japanese coast. Dr. Saro's house was a low, square, stone built house. It was set upon rocks well above a narrow beach outlined with bent pines. Saro's father had a deep concern for his son's education, so Saro had been sent to America at 22 to learn all that could be learned of surgery and medicine there. He returned at the age of 30. He became a famous not only as a surgeon but as a scientist also. It was the time of the World War. Japan was at war with America. Dr. Saro had not been sent abroad with the troops. The old general was under medical treatment and he might need an operation. So, Dr. Saro was being kept in Japan. Saro watched mist-hid outlines of a little island near the shore. Then it came creeping up the beach below his house. His wife, Hannah, came out and put her hand on his arm. It gave him pleasure. Then she laid her cheek against his arm. At this moment, Hannah and Dr. Sarah, both of them, saw something black come out of the mist. It was a man. He staggered a few steps, then he curled mist, hid him again. Hannah and Sarah leaned over the railing of the veranda. They saw a man crawling on his heads and knees. Then he fell down on his face and lay there. They thought that it was perhaps a fisherman who had been washed from his boat. When they came towards him, they saw that he was wounded. He lay motionless. They saw his face. Hannah whispered that he was a white man. Sarah began to search for the wound. Blood flowed freshly at his touch. In order to stanch the fearful bleeding, he packed the wound with the sea moss. The man was unconscious. He moaned with pain in his stuffed butt. He did not awaken. Dr. Saro muttered, "What shall we do with this man?" He said that the best thing that they could do was to put him back in the sea. Hannah agreed with it. Saro explained that it was a difficult situation. If they sheltered a white man in that house, they would be arrested. Then they tried to find out what he was. He looked American. The battered cap had faint lettering as US Navy. Based on that, they concluded that he was a sailor from an American warship. The man was a prisoner of war. He had escaped and was wounded in the back. Hannah asked Saro if they were able to put him back into the sea. Saro hesitated. If the man had been whole, he could be turned over to the police without difficulty as he was his enemy. All Americans were his enemy. But since he was wounded, they should not throw him back to the sea. Hannah observed that there was only one thing left to do. They must carry him into their house. Sarah was not sure about the reaction of the servants. Hannah suggested that they must tell the servants that they intended to give him to the police. She said that they must to do so. Otherwise, all of them would be in danger. Pallor of unconscious man's face, that means the whiteness of unconscious man's face, moved him first to stoop and feel his pulse. It was faint, but it was there. He put his hand against the man's cold breast. The heart too was yet alive. Sarah observed that he would die unless operated upon. The man was very young, perhaps not even 25. The man had to be washed first. However, the servants refused to do so. They did not want their master to heal the enemy. As the servants refused to wash the prisoner, Hannah washed the man till his upper body was quite clean. Sarah put his instruments upon a sterilized towel. He began to wash the man's back carefully. He asked Hannah to give anesthetic if he needed it. Hannah was disappointed. She clapped her hands to her mouth and ran out of the room. Sarah heard her vomiting in the garden because she had never seen an apparition. Sarah proceeded swiftly. Hannah came in. Sarah asked her to drench the cotton and hold it near his nostrils. She had to move it away a little when breathed badly. Then Sarah got busy. He felt the tip of his instrument strike against something hard. It was just near his kidney. Then, with the cleanest and most precise incision, the bullet was out. The man cured, but he was still unconscious. Sarah gave him an injection, and the man's pulse grew stronger. Hannah had to serve the young man herself, for none of the servants would enter the room. The man grew stronger day by day. The servants desired to quit if their master kept the enemy hidden there. On the seventh day, the servants left together. Hannah carried the morning food to the prisoner. On coming back, she asked Sarah why they could not see clearly what they ought to do. In the afternoon, a messenger came in official uniform. He asked Dr. Sarah to come to the palace at once as the general was in pain. Hannah breathed a sigh of relief. When Sarah came to say goodbye, she revealed her fear. She had thought that they had come to arrest him. Sarah promised to get rid of that man for her sake. Sarah told the general about the man he had operated upon. The general acknowledged why Sarah was indispensable to him. The general promised to send his private assassins to kill the man and remove his body. He asked Sarah to leave the outer partition of the white man's room to the garden open while he slept. Sarah went home and thinking over the plan. He would tell Hannah nothing. He was surprised to see the young man, that young American, out of bed and preparing to go into the garden. He complained that the muscles on the side of felt stiff. Dr. Sarah said that exercise and massage will be helpful. He then asked Tom, the young American prisoner, name is Tom, to go to bed. Sarah slept badly that night. The next morning, Sarah went to the guest room and found him asleep. The second night also passed. The young man was still there. He had shaved himself. There was a faint color in his cheeks. Dr. Sarah told him that he was quite well then. He offered to put his boat on the shore that night. It would have food and extra clothing in it. Tom might be able to row to the little island not far from the coast. It had not been fortified. Nobody lived there as it was submerged in storm. Since it was not the season of storm, he could live there till he saw a Korean fishing boat pass by. As soon as it was dark, Sarah made preparations to help the young man escape. He gave him his flashlight. He asked him to give him two flashes as the sun set in case of his food ran out. In case he was still there and all right, he was to signal him only one. He was warned not to signal in darkness, for it would be seen. The prisoner was now dressed in Japanese clothes. A black cloth was wrapped round his blond head. He found the way to the boat. Sarah waited till he saw one flash from the shore. Dr. Sarah had been called in the night to perform an emergency operation on the general. It involved his gallbladder. For 12 hours, Sarah had not been sure the general would live. Then he began to breathe deeply again and to demand for food. Sarah had not been able to ask about the assassins. So far as he knew, they had never come. The servants had returned. The room was cleaned. 1 week after the operation, Sarah felt that the general was well enough to be spoken about the prisoner. Sarah informed him that the prisoner had escaped. The general asked the doctor whether he had not promised to kill the man. For the doctor, he then confessed the truth. He had been suffering a great deal. So he thought of nothing but himself. He had forgotten his promise. That night Sarah waited at dusk for the light from the island, but there was none. His prisoner had gone away and was safe. Sarah wondered why he could not kill the young man, though white people were enemies. This is the summary of the lesson, The Enemy. Dear students, I hope you all understand the summary and thank you.